So I got this idea because like a while back something crazy happened to me regarding the discussion. Okay, so I want to talk about some misconceptions some people get wrong about Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z. And Dragon Ball Z is my favorite anime. And yeah, I did a lot of research on it, and I really love the franchise and the characters. What bothers me nowadays about the community, they always been like this, but these people, I don't know where they get their information from, but half of the stuff is wrong, and then they be running around thinking what they say is true all the time. I don't know where they get their information from regarding Dragon Ball lore, right? Because half the stuff that these people say, they don't even understand that none of the stuff that they're saying is true about, Dragon Ball Z. A lot of misconceptions going around. So here's the thing. There was this post about it was a meme post, and it had Goku on there, and it was implying suicide, right? And I was like, this is a heavy topic, so I'm sorry. Yeah. But anyways, I was like, why is y'all putting Goku on some suicide meme stuff? Because it did kind of like caught me off guard a little bit. And I said, like, Goku is a happy-go-lucky character. Here's the thing that people misunderstand about Dragon Ball. These people think that Goku was suicidal in Dragon Ball Z. First off, Goku has never, I don't know how to say the alternate word for it, but Goku has never done that before, okay? I don't know what Dragon Ball Z they was watching, but that never happened. So, in Dragon Ball Z, Goku died from Raditz. He died from Sego. I think in an alternate universe, he dies from the heart virus, right? And I think he died in Dragon Ball Super. But y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Where in Dragon Ball Z did he decided to end his life? Like what? Like he did it himself? Because I don't remember that happening in Dragon Ball Z. I don't know what Dragon Ball Z they watching. I just don't know. I don't know where they get the information from, and I don't know how to imply. I don't know why they imply that, because he clearly sacrificed himself. It's not the same thing. I thought he meant to, off yourself, not like get killed. The Cell Saga, it breaks the argument apart because he sacrificed himself. Cell killed Goku. Goku did not off himself. Where Dragon Ball Z are they watching that when that happens? And also, Goku is not no freaking he ain't this type of character. I don't know why they be forcing their I don't know why they be forcing their negative mindsets or whatever it is. They be forcing themselves on these characters. It's okay to like them, to be have them as it's okay to like these characters and indulge in the fandom, however you want to, but like when it comes to stuff like this, and I want to say stuff like, oh well, Goku has always offed himself in the series without and then y'all be trying to cite things to go with your arguments, and it falls flat because y'all know y'all lying to yourselves. For one, anybody can easily debunk what y'all saying. It doesn't even make any sense. So I'm not gonna drag this on, but like Goku has never, Goku has never done anything like that. He never killed himself, okay? Never have. Okay, here's another misconception that people love to think is wrong, and then when people correct them on it, they don't like to be corrected on it. They get mad or whatever. So I don't know why people get this wrong, or they choose to be wrong about this, or they just don't want to believe it. But half breeds are stronger than full-blooded Saiyans. Even Vegeta said that in the early episodes of Dragon Ball Z. I don't know why these people think that full-blooded Saiyans are stronger than half-breeds. And anytime somebody mentions this, they get mad. It's common Dragon Ball lore information that you guys just choose to dance around and don't want to believe. And yeah. And these fandom spaces too, in the Dragon Ball Z fan fiction spaces, I've noticed that they want these other Saiyans to get with, female Saiyans, and then they be thinking their offspring is gonna be stronger than a half-breed. It don't work like that. They already said that the half-breeds got full potential. More potential than full-blooded Saiyans. Right? And this is basic Dragon Ball Z lore that you guys should already know about. Half of y'all just don't want to believe it and just refuse to half of y'all don't want to believe it because it don't fit something that y'all think that should work within the Dragon Ball community. I mean, within the Dragon Ball universe. They want Saiyans to be stronger than hybrids. Full-blooded Saiyans to be stronger than hybrids. Because anytime somebody correct them on a hybrid Saiyans being stronger than full-blooded Saiyans, they get mad, and I don't know why. It's true, and it's basic Dragon Ball Z lore that you guys should know about. I hate that I even have to acknowledge this one or say anything about this, but there seems to be a thing where people get Goku Jr. and Goku mixed up and Bulma Lee and Bulma mixed up, right? So I remember some years ago on Amino, I had you a picture of Bulma Lee, and they said that it was OC. Half of these people did not watch Dragon Ball GT. And even to this day, half of these people have not watched Dragon Ball GT, so when they first get into Dragon Ball GT, they automatically think that these characters, the main characters, are associated with Dragon Ball GT. In certain parts of Dragon Ball GT, the main characters are excluded. Dragon Ball GT, the movie Dragon Ball GT: A New Legacy, it features Goku Jr., right, and Pain. It's a few main characters in Dragon Ball, right? Goku is I guess he at the ending and he at the semi-ending of the movie. I'm not gonna spoil it, but all the main characters have since passed during those events in Dragon Ball GT, so they seem to think that Goku Jr. is Goku because they have the same name. In the movie, right? In the movie, they acknowledge that he's the grandchild of Goku. And in the movie, Pan says she gave him his name because he reminded her of Goku. And if you watch the movie correctly, That's why she named him Goku. And these people thinking that Goku Jr. is Goku, and then they think Bulma Lee is Bulma. No, that's her descendant. That is not Bulma. Bulma since passed away. They all since passed away. The only person that's alive is Pan, from the main, Dragon Ball main characters. Pan is the only one that's still alive. I don't know why people get that mixed up. I mean, if you're new to the franchise, or if you're new to Dragon Ball GT, I guess that's okay. But like, when you're watching the movie, make sure you're listening and watching the movie closely before, like, I don't know, because they be spreading these posters. They be making these posters for, I don't know, for quick engagement or something, and then some of their information don't even be correct. It happens where I'm like, next time take the time to actually watch the media that you're indulging in before you make a post about it. I mean, things happen, but make sure you actually like following along the stuff that you are watching and indulging in, I guess, for correct, accurate information. Okay, so this is common Dragon Ball Z lore information. Piccolo is not a male. Sure, he does look like a male, and he has a male voice actor, right? But Piccolo isn't male. Like, for example, Dende, I think he had a softish voice too when he was a kid, because he was a kid. But still, when he got older, I think he had that same soft voice as well. This is only like in the Japanese version, I believe, because when he got older and the dub, they gave him a male voice, but in the Japanese version, I think they kept the female voice actor that played Dende. But like, it didn't really bother me that he had a female voice actor. You get what I'm saying? Because they're asexual. And don't they, like, the Grand Elder in Dragon Ball Z would spit like eggs up, I believe, and that's how they kept their population around. So yeah, they asexual. Piccolo doesn't have a gender. He's asexual. But I guess because the character, because he has a male voice and go by male pronouns, a lot of people say that Piccolo is male, which is not a bad thing. But I'm here to let you guys know, since you guys don't like to acknowledge it either, that Piccolo is asexual. Yes, he's very asexual. You can also say he's genderless as well. Even though people get mad, is right. That is the correct term too, because he's not a male character. Goku's a race, okay? So a lot of people just say Goku's a Saiyan. Yes, he's a Saiyan from outer space. He's an alien. But also, when Akira Toriyama, like, the influences Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, and then the Chinese folklore, right? So here's the thing, Goku is Asian coded, right? And Toriyama even said that if it was a live action of Dragon Ball Z, he see Jackie Chan as the role of Goku. He see Jackie Chan. They'll let you know the character is Asian. I don't care about people just saying he's like a Saiyan alien. Stop trying to exempt his Asian roots. I'm sick and tired of people doing it, because when you exempt the character's aspects, and plus another thing y'all needs to know is the fact that there's a Japanese person writing this story. They're not writing these stories with European people in mind as the lead roles. half the time when these people write mangas, they're writing characters that are like for them and similar to them. They want to see themselves in their own stories. Goku is not just an alien, he is Asian. The food that they eat is like Japanese food. They don't eat Western food like that. Half the time he's eating Japanese food. Shoot, even their fighting style, martial arts, right? And then they have the, like, no offense, not all anime characters got this, but it's in majority anime. They got black hair and dark eyes. Like, they literally are drawn to look Asian, and yet you people keep saying, well, he's singing. He's just a singing. He's an alien. No, the creator literally told you that if it was a Dragon Ball live action, like Jackie Chan will be the role of Goku. He told you that the character is meant to be Asian. Goku is an Asian character. He's an Asian alien. Stop trying to remove stuff just because you cannot handle the truth. It's a Japanese franchise. Yes, some Japanese anime has like European characters, but Dragon Ball, the lead character, Goku, is an Asian character. I don't care what you guys say. Yes, he's a Saiyan alien, but he is also Asian. The tournaments, I want to acknowledge this because a lot of people seem to think that Dragon Ball and Yu Yu Hakusho was behind the creation of tournaments in anime. They was doing tournaments long before these two animes were around. Like Kinnikuman, he did, like the anime did the tournaments. They did a bunch of arcs in Kinnikuman. I don't know why they keep like exempting the influence that Kinnikuman had on animes that came after it. Like I said in a previous video, right? Kinnikuman, well, I think it, like, no. Akira Toriyama was a fan of Kinnikuman. I remember a while back in the Dr. Slump manga, there is references to Kinnikuman, but it's like rare. I don't know, but it's like, it is some references to Kinnikuman because I saw it in there many years ago, but like, I can't remember the page, but yeah, he was a fan of Kinnikuman. He even got the creator's autographs and stuff, and he also like took some influence from Kinnikuman as well. Yeah, animes, even some animes before Kinnikuman did the tournament thing that they do in anime. This isn't exclusively to Dragon Ball and Yu Yu Hakusho. You guys have not, really indulged in anime like that if you think that Dragon Ball and Yu Yu Hakusho made tournaments. Now that I think about it, the Race for the Throne thing, Kinnikuman, if you watch the series, he is fighting off like a bunch of different opponents to get the belt, right? People need to go watch that original Kinnikuman. It's a great anime. It's good action, great fighting. The characters are awesome, interesting. I don't know why people just don't take the time to watch Kinnikuman. That was the golden era of anime. That was just legit iconic anime right there. It's on the same level as Dragon Ball. I don't know why people skip it, but no, Dragon Ball did not make tournaments. Yu Yu Hakusho was not the first anime to do no tournaments either. You guys gotta go back and do research. Misconception: Gohan is a wasted character. The main reason why they say Gohan is a wasted character is because he's not a fighter, right? But here's the thing, he is not exactly a wasted character. He's not, because we see that he did stop training for a while but he was still capable he was still capable and, you know, able to take down opponents, still strong enemies still regardless. And also he's a hybrid Saiyan. He don't necessarily need to train all the time to be strong. And like, I think Toriyama acknowledged that Gohan was actually stronger than Goku, and like still is. And a lot of people, I don't know why people get mad about that, but he's a hybrid Saiyan, so it makes sense. He's not a wasted character. A character, you tell me a character that wants to focus on like his own success and take care of his family, and you know, there's nothing wrong with it. He gotta be a fighter. And he's wasted potential because he's not like Goku and, you know, fighting all the time, really focusing on training. I mean, Gohan has a job, he's married, he has a kid, he has his own place. I think he's not a wasted character. In fact, I think he's like, out of Goku and Chi-Chi's family, I think he's the most successful, because like we know that Chi-Chi and Goku were struggling to, you know, make ends meet. I guess they didn't have enough money. Not make ends meet, but they never had a lot of money. And I think they did get money from Ox King, and then they got food from Master Roshi, but yeah. And Goku did not have a job until, I think he had got a job in Dragon Ball Super. Yeah, it took him a long time. Then like Gohan was already moved out by the time he got a job. So yeah, I think Gohan is like, I think he's pretty, you know, the successful member of Goku and Chi-Chi's family. He's the most successful, you know. So I don't necessarily think he was a wasted character. He had a lot of potential, and he still does have a lot of potential. There's nothing wrong with just being a family man, you know, being a successful, you know, being a successful person. The Chi-Chi is a worse mom or a bad mom. Okay. People like to say Chi-Chi was a bad mom, but I don't think she was necessarily a bad mom, because without her being so hard on Gohan, and you know, she made him study all the time and wanted him to get in successful schools. If it weren't for Chi-Chi, he wouldn't be where he is at now with a successful job, you know, and a great life. If it weren't for her pushing him so hard to be a scholar, he wouldn't even be where he's at. So I don't necessarily think she was a bad mom. In fact, I think she was like, you know, she was an inspiration for him, or an inspiration for Gohan. And also, so like, also Goku doesn't have a job. She does not want her son to like fall back on that, only rely on fighting all the time, because she knows that it doesn't make ends meet, you know, and he wouldn't be able to live a successful life if he relied on fighting all the time. So I don't necessarily think Chi-Chi is a bad mom. The only thing that bothers me about Chi-Chi is sometimes she does like be over the top and be too serious, but she can have like a sweet side too. I think just a lot of people just hate Chi-Chi and just want Goku to marry somebody else, because I see a lot of times within these fandoms, not these fandoms, but in these fan fictions, they ship Goku with a bunch of other women knowing that he's married. I think they just hate Chi-Chi, and that's why they say she's a bad mom. But not necessarily, you know. She's the same mom that made sure that her son Gohan was able to have a successful life. He has a job, he has a house, you know, take care of his family. So she's not necessarily a bad mother. The last thing I wanted to mention is the fact that people seem to think that Goku is the strongest character in Dragon Ball Z. He is not the strongest character in Dragon Ball Z. Okay, so Goku is not the strongest Dragon Ball character. And Akira Toriyama said that Gohan can surpass Vegeta and Goku, and he has the most potential. And he also says that Gohan is the strongest out of all the Z fighters, and it makes sense because he's a hybrid Saiyan. I also like to mention that years ago, Toriyama also said that Aurelie was stronger than Goku. I think this is a rare, thing that people know about, but they tend to get mad about this too whenever it's mentioned. That anytime somebody is mentioned to be stronger than Goku, they get mad, which is so just crazy and ridiculous. And I've been saying it for years, and I really don't care. I don't care about who the strongest character is in Dragon Ball Z. I don't care about no comparing powers either. I just don't care about this stuff. But if people like to do that, then that's your thing. I'm not here to bash out on it, but I just don't care. And the fact that he said Aurelie was stronger than Goku, that should make you guys think, well, Goku probably ain't as strong as it seems. If an android kid can surpass you in power and strength, that lets you know that Goku isn't the strongest character. Because I remember watching years ago, like not the Dragon Ball, the Dr. Slump remake. She turned into a Super Saiyan, and she wasn't a Super Saiyan, and Aurelie was out there throwing down. She could keep up, but yeah, it makes a lot of sense because Aurelie, she has a lot of strength. She has so much unique abilities, and besides she was doing Vegeta in Dragon Ball Super, but I know she's a gag manga character, but she can fight. And when she gets serious, she can fight. But since she's so playful, they ain't gonna be able to take her seriously. Like, a lot of Dragon Ball fans don't even like Dr. Slump like that. They see it as childish. But people need to understand that Dr. Slump is the blueprint to Dragon Ball. If it weren't for Dr. Slump, there wouldn't be a Dragon Ball, because that was the first successful series that Akira Toriyama had, So I hate how these people just, disregard Dr. Slump. Dr. Slump is my favorite series by Akira Toriyama too, next to Sandland. But if it ain't about fighting the power up, then other people don't care when it comes to Akira Toriyama's work. But yeah, Goku isn't the strongest Dragon Ball Z character. Not exactly. But yeah, those are the misconceptions of Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z that I've been seeing around a lot, that people seem to get mixed up. Now, this video isn't to shame people. It's just to make people aware of things, That's it. Just aware them on their mistakes and stuff. Because like I said before, I don't know how they get these things so easily wrong, or you can just do your research, or you can just rewatch Dragon Ball Z to find out things that you missed, or you can read the manga to find out things that you missed, or new information regarding lore. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about this topic. But feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time in the next video.